Alright, so this video is going to be about what I saw in The Ghost in the Shell, and how it relates to the MyLab experience and, being a genetically enhanced cybernetic super soldier. And that movie is so far one of the best movies that I have come upon that shows what it is pretty much to be a super soldier. And the reason for this is because in the movie they obviously touches upon concepts of the soul transfer technology, of a consciousness into another body, and that basically is shown in that movie when she obviously dies, but her consciousness is swapped into a cybernetically enhanced body, which that is the exact same thing that they do in the Super Soldier program. Is the soul and the consciousness comes out of the body of a person, and whoever the MyLab is that is needed for whatever mission is being operated on, and basically the consciousness of the person will be swapped into a clone cybernetic body, which is enhanced with alien technology and implants and everything to enhance it. And these clones are obviously you're able to get the memories of what they're experiencing through dream recall and what are called bleed throughs of what your consciousness experienced. And it is very similar in every way to the movie Ghost in the Shell, because it's like everything. You go on a mission. One of my mission recalls is and it does come in little blotches. Like, the whole thing isn't, I don't remember the whole thing, but I just remember little flashes of periods of that mission, of obviously when I was in an altar and in a clone body. And the altar, that's the thing, is you're not supposed to, that altar is not supposed to know anything about the life of where it came from, and on Earth, and who that person, who that clone comes from. But I experienced an experience where I remember a memory of me being on a mission, and I was, obviously, like any mission, you don't know what's going to happen, and it's something that you haven't experienced every time. And in one recall I had, in one night, I was on a in the first part of the mission, I was on a river, and it was like I was on a boat type, a very kind of like it was like a boat you would see in China, one of those kind of boats that are all over the place in China. And I was obviously at some sort of dock, and that was one flash of the memory of that recall. And then I remember basically a weapon being discharged, a very high technology, a very highly advanced technological device weapon being discharged, and I could draw a picture of it and what it did. And basically there was an evacuation going on at the same time, and I could draw a picture of what I saw of that evacuation. And basically the device, was being discharged, and it came down and basically destroyed the whole entire area that, which was a whole city that I was in. And that was when I had another memory bleed through of that what I believe the same mission. I was in a building, and when the device was discharged, it obviously destroyed everything, and the blast wave was coming to the building that I was in, and basically it just hit the building that I was in. And then I remember, obviously I activated an ability to where everything slowed down, the wall, the glass just slowed down, everything, all the rubble just slowed down. But it was like there was like light glints all around me that I could see, like how you would, I guess, if you like push your eyeball and go like that, and I mean you just see light glints and fractures, and that's what happened all around me, and time slowed down. And I jumped on a female that was next to me, and I believe it was of an alien species, and I had covered her from the blast, and that was the memory of that. And then I woke up in my bed, and it's just with that, obviously I'm relating the MyLab experience and what I remember to the movie Ghost in the Shell, because in there she is that form that she is in, are what these super soldiers are walking around as on this planet and on other planets. And they are clones, and so they are able to do things that are extraordinary. And I have memories of bleed-throughs of when obviously I got into contact with the agent from the ACIO that had the files. He told me that all the times that I had remembered in my dreams that I was using telekinesis and all of those other things, those were just times that I was remembering of missions, and they were bleed-throughs where I actually really did use telekinesis. And it's my belief that there's a block on my telekinetic ability, because I wouldn't even want to use that if I, unless it was needed. And that's what the abilities are used for in the mission, is only as needed. So that makes perfect sense. But in that movie, she is questioning, what she is, and I'm sure that these clones do the same thing that she's doing, because they want to know, what they are and where they come from. And basically, she finds out that they had been doing experiments to create the perfect super soldier, the perfect, a cybernetically enhanced human in a body, in a human soul in a cybernetically enhanced body. basically, which was the ultimate outcome of the corporation that was represented in that movie, which was called Hanka. But there are corporations that I have come upon in research that are exactly like that corporation, such as, except these are real corporations in real life, are Monarch, Kruger, Shoreline, and Ultimate. Those are actually real corporations that are experimenting with extremely advanced technology, and that is represented by that corporation in that movie. And basically she comes to understanding and knowledge of that there have been other generations before her who were not so they weren't so lucky, they didn't turn out as well as she did, and she gets very mad at that because they obviously just willingly experimented on people and people died, and that is horrific, at the expense of making a perfect soldier. And that's what has gone on, and I happen to be involved in that program. So, but others, I have come in knowledge and knowing of what I'm involved in, which most people don't know what they're involved in, that have been involved in this, and that's obviously for a reason. In knowing what I'm involved in, I do understand that my health is something that they are in definitely awe of, because with what they were trying to create, there have been others that have died, and people are extremely traumatized by this, and people are have health effects, and they obviously do it at the expense of these people, and that is not humane. So that is going to be something that is brought forward when this all comes forward, is the inhumaneness of the experiments that have been done on people to create the perfect soldier, to really it could be debated on whether it would be for defense or offense. But it is my belief that, there are both, there are both. So and in that movie, she just it shows that she has incredible fighting abilities. She can do things, turn invisible, jump higher, run faster, punch harder, and that is exactly what a super soldier is. And I have memories upon memories of missions that I've done as a super soldier that are coming back to me, and I'm just coming forward with the knowledge that these things do really exist, and it's going to be all part of the whole unveiling, both the light and the dark. And so in The Ghost in the Shell, it's just that's the best example of what I am understanding MILAB Super Soldier is, and that is just scratching the tip of the iceberg of the whole thing going on here. So I'm going to end this video, and I will make another one about something else. Till next time.